Hello, Grants Gamers. How are ya? If you're not live with us here on TikTok, you need to be. Come find us on the Black Women in Grants page and join us. Make sure you turn your notifications on so you know when we're live. Hey, y'all. Welcome. Oh, excuse me, honey. I just woke up from a nap, y'all. And I love a good second win. So I said, let's go live again. Why not? So here I am with you, hanging out, looking for some glasses so I can see y'all's comments. But I am here nevertheless. Let's chat. This is for Black women, for-profit small business owners seeking grants for their Black woman-owned for-profit small business. I am debating whether I need to go for a walk around the block or just hang out with y'all. I heard thunder that sung me to sleep from my nap today, and so I've been in the house. How are you? Come in, say hello. Let me know you can hear me. I am just waking up to a food allergy test I had earlier today. Confirmed what I already knew, that I'm allergic to eggs and shrimp. And then they put scallops. I didn't know I was allergic to scallops. I don't eat them anyways, but here we are with new knowledge about me. You're welcome. So, this is for Black women for-profit small business owners seeking grants for their business. Is that you? Hey, Drika. I'm a Drika as well. Have we had this conversation? Let me know if you own a business, if you're seeking grants, if you've ever applied for a grant and won, if you've ever applied for a grant and wondered why you didn't win. Talk to me in the chat really quick. I love engagement. I come on here Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 11 a.m. Eastern for our regular time. And I also do pop-up lives. So this is me just sharing with you what I know about finding, applying for, and winning grants for my Black woman-owned for-profit small business. Collectively, we've won over $181,000 in grants over at blackwomeningrants.com in my year-long mentorship program. It's a lot of fun. So say hey when you come in, especially if you're one of our Grant Game mentees. Would love to say hello and greet you properly. I also want to talk about what should be on every small business grant application. We've been doing a collective of lives that break down 10 different vital parts of a small business grant application. So if you've never seen one, never filled one out, haven't won a grant yet, haven't started applying yet, these are just a few of the things that are going to be on the application that you should expect to be able to answer. But before we dive into that, y'all talk back to me. Let me know what your business is. What's the business that you could see winning a grant for? Let me know what you do. Now keep in mind, the quicker you engage, the better. I won't be on here long. I am severely anemic, so I have to pick and choose what I spend my energy on. And so I try to dedicate some of my energy to helping Black women find and apply for funding. And this is one way I do it, coming on here live, interacting with you. And then I get special requests to come speak, to come train, to come share this knowledge, and I get paid for it. But you're here for free. This is my investment back into your business. So if you're really curious about finding grants, applying for grants, winning the grants, what to look out for grants so you don't get scammed, this is the perfect place to engage. So the quicker you answer, the better. So tell me about your business in the chat really quick. Let's see who'll be first and win this round. What do you do? Hey, VC, how are you? Welcome back. So put your business in the chat. I know you guys are just joining. We're all just hopping on here. Coach Mimi, it only recorded one word. So, hey, Pecan Sam. Me too, me too. Hey, Pound Cake. I feel like you've been in here before. Welcome back. And y'all let me know what you do in the chat in your business that you're seeking a grant for. Talk to me real quick. Let me know. Let me know. Okay. Coach Mimi, Real Talk, is a consultant and a coach. Thank you for sharing. What do you think you need a grant for in your coaching and consulting business, Coach Mimi? Let me know. And the quicker you answer, the quicker I can help you, help me, help yourself. Anybody else want to put what type of business they have? I know some people come in to listen, to lurk, but our motto here is if you ain't talking, you're stalking. So don't be a stalker. Don't be weird, weirdo. Just chat with us in the chat. Miss C, Pecan Tan, where y'all at? What y'all do that y'all looking for a grant for? Talk to me real quick. It's me. I'm live. Not a robot. Not an assistant. Not an NPC. I can see y'all. I can respond. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Dr. AJ Austin. I am creator of this space, Black Women in Grants. Make sure you follow this page. Turn your notifications on so you can get an invitation to come join us the next time we're live as well. I'm usually live with you guys Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I do these types of pop-ups when I wake up from naps and have a little bit of extra energy, or I just get bored from scrolling TikTok. Today, I did both. You're welcome. So I'm jumping on here to hang out with those of you who have questions about grants. I know some of you are on here multitasking, but now is a really good time to focus in if you could really see grants being a part of your funding strategy for the rest of this year. And if you got questions about grants, this is a great place to ask, but you gotta ask. I can't read your mind. I can't hear your voice, but you can hear mine. So I'm here to chat with you. If y'all don't have any questions or want to engage, I'll go ahead and wrap us up real quick. But I did want to come on and drop a couple gems, but I got to learn about you and your business. So for those of you who are here, this is for Black women, for-profit, small business owners. Is that you? Let me know in the chat. Are you Black? Are you a woman? Do you have a for-profit small business that you own? Also, grants that we win, we're in the private sector, so we get a lot of big corporations, associations, and organizations that write checks for grants that we win. And they prefer that you be located in the United States and that you're over the age of 18 and that you own at least 51% of your business. Is that you? Miss C says she has skincare products, body butter, homemade soap. Coach Mimi says she would need a grant to help them learn how to get back in the workforce. Got it. Miss C is at work right now. What you doing on TikTok? So we have Ashley Rankin, who is in our mentorship over at blackwomeningrants.com. She was just announced as one of the 2024 L'Oreal Inclusive Beauty Grant winners. So she won $10,000 just the other day to start her skincare line and expand it into mass production, right? So it is very much possible to win money. I enjoy sharing her story and that of Deanna Joy, who won her first $50,000, then she won $5,000. Now she's up to $76,000 in grants and grant funded opportunities that she's won for her business within the last few months, y'all. This is recent wins. And now Deanna Joy is a semi-finalist in a $1 million grant. Can you imagine? Thank you for the hearts. Can you see your name on a check that big with 6 zeros, 3 commas? Child, I think that's right. 2 commas, 1,000. Okay, 2 commas. I said 3. Either way, child. That's what being consistent with finding and applying for grants can do for you. Have y'all started applying for grants yet? Or is this just something that's fairly new to you? You were working, working, and I popped up on your FYP and you like, grants? Wonder what that's about. And this your first time hearing about it? Or is this something that's been on your to-do list to start getting your questions answered and learning the skill of finding and applying for grants? Tiffany said, just found me. Welcome, Tiffany. What is your business and what could you use a grant for? Those are the questions we're asking in the chat really quick, so talk to me. Miss C says, me and my daughter opened a business 2 years ago. Did you tell me what that business was? Let me see. I know you at work, girl. Don't tell nobody. Say, don't tell nobody. We ain't gonna tell nobody else. Okay, Miss C said, oh, the skincare, the body butter, and the homemade soap. Got it. So what could you guys use a grant for in your Black woman for profit small business? Let me know. If you were to win a grant today for the business that you have, what would you use it for? Dee Dee says, just found you. I need a grant. Open my coffee shop here in Las Vegas. What do you need the grant for, Dee Dee? Break down here's what I would spend my grant money on. Let's talk about it. Coffee sounds good right now. The Nutkin down the street from me, I'm considering going. I think they close at 9, so I might have time. But they're doing $3 frozen coffees. So I could go get one and freeze it and have it for in the morning. But I ain't made it out of my house yet. And I can't live and drive, so I will have to go after I chat with y'all. So we're going to wrap this up in a minute. Y'all better talk to me. Zonas is calling my name. So in the chat, if you're just joining us, or if you haven't responded yet and you don't want to be a stalker, you want to join the chat, you're simply telling me about your business. What is your business? What do you do that you want to win a grant for? Then you're telling me, if you were to win a grant like today, or you wake up tomorrow to the congratulations grant winner email, what would you use your grant for? Real quick, because y'all slow typing, I'm going to tell you why I jumped on here. We've been talking about the 10 things that should be on every small business grant application. We've counted down from 10, 9, 8, and 7. I want to talk about number 6, which is your social impact. Of course you would spend your grant money on your business, but what is your business? Let me know. When you are looking to apply for grants love it when you're not being selfish with your money. So if I say, what are you going to spend your money on? And you're like, me, myself, my business, my. Consider adding just a small portion of like 5 to 10% to go to somewhere else. Let me give you an example. So there's something called social impact. This is like a cause that's near and dear to your heart, that you really believe in, whether it's giving back to your church or helping the homeless or feeding the community or working with the youth or teaching some trainings or just giving random people on the street money. Either way, the number one way that you can stand out in a small business grant application is have a cause that you could really see yourself helping support with some of your grant funds. So really quick, what comes to mind when I say that? When I say, if you had to pick a cause that's near and dear to your heart, we don't care about you, we don't care about your business right now. We're talking about if you had to pick a social cause that was near and dear to your heart, where you help someone else with at least 5 to 10% of the money that you win in a grant, what would be that cause? It can't be used to pay your bills, get you out of debt. Hopefully it ain't going to no family members. But if a grant said, how are you going to reach back and help your community? Whether it's an online community, your actual neighborhood, the community you grew up in, or just something that's just really near and dear to your heart. What would you donate 5 to 10% of your funds? Now, you don't have to do this, but if you're wondering the secret to how we're winning grants, we always reach back and help someone else. This is my give back, being on here with you guys. And over at blackwomenandgrants.com, we have a year-long mentorship that I've been giving scholarships to go through. And we got 300 ladies in it so far. So you can go to blackwomenandgrants.com and check that out. We've given over $50,000 in scholarships away to help you pay tuition to come learn about grants and getting grants for your business. That's my give back. That's my cause. Education, empowerment. So what's yours? March for Dimes, domestic violence, elderly community members, the war violence with our youth. Okay, cool. So, That's key when you're filling out these grant applications and they say, how will you give back? How are you supporting your community? What will you use the grants for? Why should we give you this money? How will you invest this funding? What's your budget as far as how you're breaking down the use of funds? It would look really good on your application and really cool that you're taking a percentage and sewing it back into the community. Y'all see how this works? They're like, oh, she's thinking beyond herself. That is literally the reason the last two grants that I've won told me that they gave me the checks because they could see my work goes beyond just me. How cool is that? Someone making a decision to write you a check for thousands, tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars, all because you have a heart to share and to give back. Dee Dee says customers won't have to pay, they can't afford them. Luxury says buying land to offer people that never bought, they'd see the opportunity to be a homeowner. So, in the chat, tell me how much in grants you really want to win. How much can you see yourself winning? Put your dollar amount, and let's talk about that 5 to 10% that you're going to donate, and let's see if that'll be enough. So, if you got a check in the mail today or you woke up to a deposit in your business bank account in the morning, how much would you want that amount to be for? 200K, okay. At least 50K, okay. A million, got it. Might as well. Anybody else? Kind of distracted by your earrings on your picture. Me too, girl. I can't remember if I had on two pair or just one is faded and all that, girl. But focus. Focus. What's done is done. 2 million. Love it. Cool. So, let's do the math. This is a new kind of math. Let's see if the math is mathing. If you're taking about 10% of that, how much are you giving to your social cause? Put that new amount in the chat. So if it's 2 million, if it's 5.7, I see you, big baller. If it's 500K, 10K, a million, 200,000, 50K, what is 10% of that? Put that in the chat real quick. Let's calculate how much you're willing to share, to invest, to give away. Got it. That looks good, Dee Dee. 20,000 of your 200 is going to your social cause. Love it. Can you imagine 100,000 from your million going to your social cause? I see you, Miss C. Somebody recently did this on TikTok. Mama Tot, a couple days ago, I saw a video of hers where she just went into a local store that sold uniforms for kids and bought all the uniforms and took them to the school. And that was her give back for the community so that parents didn't have to worry about what their kids were going to wear, at least the first day, the first week, etc. So that costs money. That money had to come from somewhere. When you have a social cause or something near and dear to your heart, and you're saying 5 to 10% of what I win, Mr. or Mrs. Grant Check Writer, will go back to my community. Here's how we will serve the community. It looks really good on your grant application. Luxury says we're giving more than 10%. I wasn't given 40 acres and a mule, so I'm going to go buy it. Amen. I can't imagine. I literally just wrote this morning in my things to do list. Find grants, at least 5K. So there was another girl on TikTok. I love this. It just warms my heart. She called the local elementary school. I'm assuming it's the elementary school she went to. Just remembering how it was having to pay for lunch, having to bring your lunch, having to do all the paperwork to try to get free lunch. And she recently, as she made it on TikTok, called the local school, asked how much an outstanding lunch balances were due for all the kids in the school, and she paid it off. She sent them a check for like $1,500, and every child in that school could now enjoy a free lunch. The balance wasn't being held up and the baby wasn't able to eat. She wrote him a check. That's social impact. That's a cause that stands out, right? Miss C said, I donated gift set to elderly community for Mother's Day. Good job. Love it. Said that is amazing. Ain't that cool? There's so much that you can do to show a grant that you're not just thinking of yourself. One thing is Black women, when we find a resource, we share those resources. And a lot of times the resources turn into money. So, it may not even be that you have to cut a chunk of your check. It could be just you're sharing resources on a Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and pouring into other Black women businesses and giving them ideas for how they can now go find grants, tell grants they want to help their community and get money for their business. I mean, it could show up any way you would like, but when you can share with the grant that your heart is also in serving your people in addition to growing your business with their money, that shows them a return on their investment. And so just like the last two grants that wrote me a check, they were like, we can see the legacy that you're leaving. And like Dr. Maya Angelou told Oprah, you'll never know the lives that you've impacted because of how you just give. And that's the point. So we don't want to just sit and count dollars and change, etc. We really want to have a mission that we're pouring into. And then for people who are wondering, can I win more than one grant? Absolutely. So imagine you're winning these grants. You're taking a portion, however that shows up, if it's physical money, if it's knowledge or expertise, where you're just reimbursing yourself for your time that you go out and educate your community. Thank you for the roses, Tiffany. When you can share with the grant that this is where their money is going, it's showing how you can multiply the impact of money. And then if you're winning other grants and you're adding that 10% every time, come on, somebody. It's just an amazing feeling. So I'm speaking from experience, but my goal was to get your brains going today, because if you include your social impact, your social mission, etc., which is that cause that's near and dear to your heart, and you want to give back using 5 to 10% of the funding that you win in these grants, it's really going to help your application stand out. It's going to help strengthen your community, but strengthen the way that grants look at you, because here you are, a Black businesswoman, not just thinking of yourself. Ain't that cool? What questions can I answer for those of you who are here? We did a whole training on this, y'all. There are some things called the United Nations Development Goals, or UN SDGs, and there are 17, and it's deep. This is like research. And I was introduced to them last year, and what I didn't know is that if you can prove to a grant how your business falls into one of these 17 categories, which all of the goals overall overarching goal is to help make the world a better place, girl, a grant will love you. If you can say, here's how my business, just from the running of it, the making money of it, is contributing to make the world a better place. Tiffany, there are two options. I'm glad you asked. First, you can come mentor with me for a whole year for only $97 over at blackwomeningrants.com. And I just opened up the last few spots of mentoring with me one-on-one, getting some coaching over at fivefigurefunding.com. That's for people who are ready to start applying for grants at a higher level, $10,000, $15,000, $25,000, just like Ashley, who's won $19,000, and Deanna Joy, who's won $76,000. Those are both mentees. Ashley's one of my private clients, and she just won the L'Oreal grant a couple days ago. So those are the two options, blackwomeningrants.com or fivefigurefunding.com. Come hang out with me, work with me one-on-one or in my mentorship. And so I was sharing about social impact because it'll help you stand out on an application if you go in with the thought of, here's how I want to help my business and help my community, and more people get behind you with that mission. They're going to tell people about you. They're going to try to do their best to help you. They're going to send you referrals. They're going to want to be in partnership. Like I got an email earlier today for one of the grants I won last year. They're inviting me back to speak to a whole new group of people. And unfortunately, I won't be able to do it because I was already booked for that day. But to know that out of 100 people, They had been following my journey since I won the grant, and they're like, we love what we see, what you've done with our money. Can you come teach the people after you how to do that? So the fact that that is a conversation to be had. What should we have prepared to work with you? It depends on if you want the mentorship. You just have to have time set aside to go through the trainings. I wrote a book that shares the secrets to winning grants that I've learned. And I've done some trainings that'll break down, like I said, the social impact categories, etc. But to work with me one-on-one, it's like a VIP day. All you need is your business idea and be able to explain it quickly. And then I help guide you from there to help you put together what we call your grant application strategy, but it's for 5-figure funding if you're going to go after the bigger grants of $10,000 plus. But it's all laid out and explained over at 5figurefunding.com. And because that's one-on-one coaching, it's very limited spots available. This is the first time I've opened it up to the public since last year. And I literally just launched it again today. So you're right on track to go grab one of those spots. Thank you for asking. What other questions do you guys have about anything that we've shared? Thank you for the roses, Shay. Any other questions? Y'all let me know. Any ahas, any feedbacks, any comments, let me know. So just to recap on some other things that I've mentioned in past lives, if you're new here, by the way, if you're new here, say hey, let me know. This is your first time here. What about startup grants? What will you need? It depends on the grant that you apply to. Every grant tells you what you need. So if you were to go do research on startup grants that are available right now, hey, look, Shrek, they would tell you what you need. They would literally lay it out and say, here's what we expect. But there's a checklist over at blackwomeningrants.com. Tiffany, that's where the book is, blackwomeningrants.com. It's a part of the mentorship. So that's where you get it. But there's a digital, we call it digital documents. So you can have your digital ducks in a row. And as a startup, you definitely want to have the free stuff out the way. Like, of course, your business name, your business website, your business email, not with Gmail on the end, but your website.com, your business phone number, your business email, your business bank account, your employer identification number, your articles of incorporation that starts getting into, whatever it costs for your state. But these are just some basic things. You want to have the free stuff out of the way. Your social medias set up for your businesses because they do their due diligence. They will go and scour the internets and play FBI to see if you are actually getting yourself set up as a business to take it serious. So hope that helps. Hey, Black is beautiful. What other questions do you guys have? Let me know. When it comes to finding and applying for grants, and by the way, it's very easy to find a grant. You can go to Google and type in grants for Black women, grants for Black women small business owners, grants for startups. If you've already started your business, you're looking for a growth grant. So you can just put that in. All of those keywords will get you some results on Google with lists of grants that you can go look through, hope they're legit, and apply to. If you want 3 free lists of grants that have been vetted specifically for Black women for-profit small business owners, head over to blackwomeningrants.com. As a part of our mentorship and learning with us for a year, you get a free 12-month subscription to our list, our database, and our spreadsheet of over $1.2 million in funding listed on this sheet. And you can click the individual grants, read what they're giving the grants for, go make sure that your business is eligible, and fill out the application to apply and potentially win. Again, that's blackwomeningrants.com. When you're applying for these grants, you want to look for alignment and connection with your business and your brand and what makes the grants brand stand out and the intention that they have behind giving this money to a business. So, for example, we're in the private sector of grants. That means that you'll see places like Office Depot, Office Max, Target, Walmart, Regions Bank, Bank of America, Chase Bank, Verizon, AT&T, Comcast, so many other big corporations, associations, organizations, financial institutions, etc., that are behind these checks. And so they'll have themes to the grants. So they may have an empowerment grant. They may have a tech-based grant. If your business has a tech-based feature like how you get paid online through your website or how you house the stuff that you share with your clients, if it's like digital products like us. If you have an educational component to your business where you're teaching and sharing digital documents and ebooks and things like that, or delivering your products or services online, you would meet some of the themes of these grants that are looking for tech-based businesses, or if you have like software built into what you do in your business to deliver your product or service. So you have to look at the theme of the grant. So a lot of people want to know, I wonder if there's a grant for my specific business. The grants that we have, they're not necessarily just for business types, but they're more for themes. So you'll have professional development grants, and like I mentioned, the educational components to help you build out that part of your business, or maybe it's a marketing grant or a grant to help you hire staff or make sure you're on the payroll. It's so many different themes of grants, and we can talk about that in a future live. But it helps you expand your search when you're looking for grants. Get outside of your industry. Also, when you're applying for grants, it's good to share when they say, what are you going to use the funds for? Or, a year from today, where can you see yourself in business thanks to either you winning the grant or not? When you have your future growth plans in place, you'll be able to share your vision for the future. We call it vision casting, meaning showing your hopes for expanding your business. Maybe you want to launch into different markets or introduce new products or services that are coming soon. Or maybe you want to serve a higher number of customers and clients, or maybe you want to start a bigger business partnership with the grant itself or other organizations. But you definitely want to let the grant know your future plans for growth and the dates that you want to do it by. So these are very important to include on your application. We're walking through the 10 things that should be on every small business grant application. And because we've done a series of lives, I've already broken down the first 4 or 5 areas. So we're halfway through our list. So y'all got to make sure you follow this page, turn your notifications on, and come join us to hear the rest of the list. Because we've talked about things like your grant budget and the proposed use of funds, which is how a grant would word it, meaning they want you to spell out exactly how their grant will help you achieve your goals in your business and exactly what it will help you do and what you would do if you won the grant, but more importantly, what you would do if you didn't win. So they want to know how you're making money in your business, how their money will come into play, and if you don't win their money yet or the first time you apply, what will you still do? Like, I'll go out and apply for more funding. I'll sell the product and service that my business is designed to manufacture. So having that plan in place, sharing that with a grant, along with creating other partnerships with other grants and other funding opportunities and within your community, like I said, doing the give back. You can start your social mission and giving back before you even win the grant. And that's your literal receipts that you're serious about this work, and a grant can come in and just reimburse you. So that's what I would do, whether or not I won a grant or not. Like, I'm here with you guys today. A grant didn't pay me to be here. But when we win grants, it reimburses me for the scholarships that we offer you over at blackwomenandgrants.com. So I know that this is a seed I'm sowing and paying forward, and I will be reimbursed for it. And so that's how you create partnerships. They call it partnerships you're proud of. So for all of you here today, I'm proud that you're here. I'm proud that some of you will come join us in our mentorship over at blackwomenandgrants.com. I'm proud that some of you will be working with me one-on-one soon. Some of you will attend more of these lives and get what you need to go out and start applying for and winning your first few $1,000s in grants. And so when you have a mission and a vision for your business that aligns with a grant that you're applying for, and it's going to meet the theme of what they're giving the grant for, you want to mention that partnership. Like, I'm so excited to apply for the blah, blah, blah grant, but you also want to make sure that you incorporate, here's what we have in common and why you should award me your money, okay? So make sure that you know the intentions of the grant as a whole, why they're awarding this grant, why they should give it to you because you're such a phenomenal business owner, and how your business aligns with the intentions of what they want to give the money out for. So hopefully this is helping, getting your wheels turning, get you thinking. Let me get some water. Okay, Tiffany, I see you, girl. Welcome to the grant game. Did you get your... It was a second link. Did you see that? Let me know. If not, I can resend it to you. And congratulations on getting a scholarship to come hang out with us for a whole year and us learn together about growing your business with grants. Excuse me, y'all, my throat getting dry. Do the earrings come with? Girl, I probably could not find those earrings. I took that picture a couple years ago. And TMI, because we family now, it was day 2 of my cycle. You can't tell, I wear it well. So, wasn't nothing on my mind but making it through that day. Have no idea. Because the earrings in person didn't even look like that. So, I don't know if I had two of them in or... Y'all don't know where them earrings at. Oh, goodness. What other questions can I answer for you guys who are still hanging out with us? If you're over at blackwomenandgrants.com getting your spot in the mentorship, there's a scholarship available for you to come join us for a whole year. Get the replays to the trainings we've done and the boot camps that teach you about building up your social mission, standing out on these grant applications, and winning money step by step. That's what Ashley did. She literally has done all the trainings that I offer. She implemented everything that I teach y'all to do. And she was just announced one of the 40 winners that L'Oreal, the big beauty brand, they gave $10,000 to 40 businesses. And she, as a black woman in grants, was one of the businesses. I'm so excited for her. So we're about to do some work together to help her multiply the impact of that investment. Okay, you see one email. So when you go to blackwomenandgrants.com and you sign up for the mentorship, as soon as you hit register and then you put all your information in, it should take you to a second page that tells you to request access. That's where your link to the mentorship program is. And it'll let you send a request to me to let you in the learning portal. But if you don't see it, I'm happy to resend it for you real quick before I go, to make sure you get logged in and you can get started listening to the classes, downloading your book. There's an app that'll read the book to you. And your list of grants is already in your welcome packet in the learning portal. And also, I didn't mention that we have partnerships with programs that can help you with things like providing templates for building out your website and developing your marketing plan, your sales plan, etc. So, okay, give me 1 second, Tiffany. I'll re-email it to you. Let me find you. My throat drying up, y'all. Pray for me. Got like 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna wrap up. Okay, let's see. So, Tiffany, I see you right here. Let me get your email address. If it'll give, there we go. Okay. And what I'm going to do is just email you your link directly so that you can get logged into the learning portal. So give me 1 second to do that. And if you guys have any final questions before we go, let me know. I'm happy to answer. If you're new here, let me know so I can say, hey, girl. Hi. Okay. Let me click send on this email. Tiffany, I just emailed you from my other email address. Let me know you got it. And you'll see where it tells you to request access so that it can register your email and know that it's you. And I can let you log into the portal so that you can access your welcome packet and all the goodies that come in the mentorship and get started as soon as you're ready. What other questions do you guys have for me? Let me know. Can you guys still see me, or well, see the screen and hear me? Let me know. Okay. Tiffany got her email. Just click request access so that it can email me back right away and I can click and let you in. And so you don't have to wait on me to get started. Any final questions before we go? Just a recap of what we talked about mostly today was your social impact, that cause that's near and dear to your heart, that you could use at least 5 to 10% of the funding that you win in a grant to give back to help strengthen your community. It can be business related or just something that really moves you. When you incorporate that in your small business grant applications and your essay answers and your video pitch answers, it's a really good look for you, showing that you are willing to help others and you're willing to reach back, you're willing to share, you're willing to help your community as well as building your business. I see you, Tiffany. Let me click this and let you in, and then we'll go. Any final questions? You got like 15 seconds to place them in the chat. If you're over at blackwomenandgrants.com claiming one of the scholarships to come join us in the mentorship, let me know if you need my help getting logged in. Tiffany, access is granted. So just go back to that last email Click the link and it should open the full mentorship program portal for you. And the first thing you click is called the welcome packet. And it says it in the title, Welcome to the Grant Game Mentorship. And it has everything you need to successfully start and complete this program, which is full of 24 hours worth of training in audios, videos, the book, the app that'll read the book to you, the list of grants, the list of partnerships. The list goes on and on, girl. There's a lot of goodies in here. All right, guys, that's all I got. I'm already coughing up a storm, so I shall go now. Until we meet again, my friends, have a phenomenal rest of your day. Tiffany's in. Welcome to the Grant Game, girl. And to all of you who are going to follow in her footsteps to come join us, get mentored, make sure you follow this page. Turn your notifications on. God has blessed us with 67.1 thousand of you here on the page. So make sure you're one that follows this page. Turn those notifications on so when I'm live again, whether it's our regular time of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern, or if it's a pop-up like this, after a nap, before a walk, you can come join us. Get your grant questions answered, get some mentorship around finding grants, applying for grants, getting questions answered that you may be stuck on a grant application. We talk about all that here. Thank y'all for hanging out. Have a phenomenal rest of your day. I'm going to go rest my voice now. God bless. See y'all soon. Bye, future grant winners.